Today we're going to be talking about communication and how it has changed so much over the years. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hello, I'm Marta.
And I'm Rick.
And today we're talking about communication. Years and years ago, it was entirely different than the way it is now. Is it better now with all of the technology and that? I'm not so sure. How about you, Rick?
No, I don't know if it's any better because we used to call people, talk to them, and then we'd go over and talk to them in person. The phone calls usually just set up when we were going to go and get together and talk. Now, Marta is very well known for leaving messages on phones if she can't get a hold of somebody. She used to, when the phones had tapes, she used to leave a message that they ran out of tape. And I'm going, who are you talking to? Well, I was calling one of my sisters and the tape ran out. Well, yeah, because you were talking to them like they were there, but they weren't even there. So that's when we were using telephones, not even cell phones, and we were talking to people, and then they know what we were talking about or how we were feeling because the inflection that they heard the inflections of our voice.
But telephones used to have answering machines.
Yeah.
And I remember telephones long before that, and I'm sure that there are others who remember when you used to have to go and dial a number, or you'd punch in a number into a keypad, and the phone would ring, and the person would answer, and there, voila, you were talking to them. Now you can use your cell phone,
and talk, but most people now just depend on text message, iMessage. Then they use Facebook. They communicate through Facebook. They communicate through Twitter. They do all these Snapchats and everything like that. And most of the time, it's just for fun, or it's not talking to somebody in front of them. So this is where rudeness has just increased, because now people can say something and really tear down people, and you don't have to back up what you say. You just can call somebody, oh, you're a terrible person, you shouldn't be talking. Well, it's somebody you don't even know, so it's easy for you to do that because you'll never meet them supposedly. But it's bullying amplified now.
Well, I think that the problem I see is, we went from not having anything but a home phone. So most of your communication with people really was in person. And that was so nice. I mean, in person, personal. See what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there became such a thing as email. And I mean everything. Email me.
Just email me.
This, email that. Oh my gosh, it took me a long time to figure out email. And then by the time I figured that out, I was late because everybody started texting. Well, I didn't have a text phone. We didn't have those.
Well, we had flip phones, and the text was like a major issue. Okay, you go to it was a major issue. And so then the phones got better and better, and then she got into texting.
Yeah.
So
then, especially with my kids, they like to text, and so I'd start texting them, and then I'm not hearing from them again. Oh, well, I messaged you. Well, I didn't get it. Let me look. Oh, I look at my text messages. No, I don't have. No, I messaged you on Facebook. Huh? I'm like, and I'm still not good with all the different things on those apps that are, multiple things that you can do and all of that stuff. So I think I miss out on a lot. And besides that, when I do get on Facebook, there's so many things on there, even
And
people that I don't know.
And you don't know if the
it
information is
disappears.
right or not right. And anybody can put anything on Facebook from any source. They can call it. And then if we get, as soon as we screw up, we get, you didn't fact check that. And why did you put it on Facebook? Well, look, we don't know. Either does a lot of people. So what would you say? Don't put anything on Facebook, because no matter what your opinion is, it's wrong with 50% of the people. No matter what. You understand this. Not 100% of people will be on your side. Never will happen. So whatever you say, you're going to offend some people. So what do they say? Okay, well, just get rid of the people that don't agree with you. Well, that's not right either.
No, there's always differing opinions, and that's okay to have different opinions.
Unfortunately, people get upset, and that's where we're talking about.
Well, what I was going to say, too, is that perhaps you can send a message, and if your wording isn't exactly correct, it could be taken the wrong way. This has happened to me. I've sent and I've received things that, I'm like, oh, that's kind of hurtful. And then, is that the way the person meant it, or did it just come across in print that way? That's why I don't always believe everything in print, for one thing. It's just like they've always said. You could take facts and statistics and twist them or turn them to mean something different, right? Am I saying that right?
Just like what happens in the media. The media can take a phrase, leave out 3 or 4 words, and completely change the meaning of that phrase. And they say, well, this was an exact quote from this person. Well, no, it wasn't, because the exact quote would have been the whole sentence, not just portions that you want to leave in. And so now, since we,
it might have been a couple of sentences
left out
that went together. There are things such as, a paragraph is usually, several sentences covering one topic or subject matter.
And if you leave out a lot of those sentences, the paragraph completely changes, and it can mean something completely different. And that's what's happening now. We're, as a society, instead of listening to somebody talk and listening to that one person, we're getting information from an interview that has been manipulated to sound one way or the other. And we're not saying that it's just Democrat or Republican or anything. We're saying that the news has now become, they make things side the way their news wants to be sided for. So in other words, they could take one person's statement and make it sound 2 different ways. And that's not right. So I would still rather listen to the whole interview of that person, not a segment that somebody interpreted. Why do we need, when any president talks, why do we need somebody that says, okay, now here's the Democratic side of that, what he just said, and here's the Republican side of what he just said?
Do they actually say that?
Yes, the State of the Union.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say, why do we need any news media to say, let me cover the president's speech, and then I'll
tell you
take
what they
the
said.
major points out of that. I'll let you know what the main news is out of that. Well, I can listen, and I might hear something that they don't report on, or that they report differently, than what the president actually said.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why it's just like, way back when you said, oh, you're all sitting, a group of you sitting around a campfire or whatever, and you whisper something in someone's ear, and they're supposed to do it to the next person, and it goes all around, however many people, till it comes to the last person, and you say, okay, go ahead, and what did I say? And it's totally different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
Is
and
that
that's true.
I want to
You
hear
get
it from the
someone else.
person. And I don't want to hear a synopsis of what they said, because I might be missing exactly what they said. They might be cutting out things to make it slant one way or the other, and I don't like that.
Well, the other thing is, I think whether it be us, our children, or our grandchildren, I think that people are missing the social interaction as much social interaction, it seems like, as we used to have, because of so much electronic media. You've got phones, you've got tablets or iPads or whatever, you've got computers. We can't spend all of our time focusing on those and not people.
Right.
I think it's important. That's why I still like to, get together, and we used to always play cards or some kind of games with, our family or friends, and that is still fun.
Yeah.
Or you go out to, well, we never went out to a bar, did we, Rick?
Yeah, all the time.
And
we used to go out on weekends, neighborhood bars, and play trivia, but we'd always meet with people and visit with friends, and go to a movie. We had movie clubs, we had book clubs, we had a lot of different things that we interacted with a lot of different people. And now you get people, and they go out, and you'll see this table, and they're all on their phones, and you're going, why are you guys even together if you're on your phones checking with somebody else? You don't even have time to talk to the friends that you're with. How do you have time to talk to the friends that you're not with?
That's why
it's terrible, and it's gotten worse. But one of the things we wanted to talk about is when you're texting somebody, and you might think, well, like Marta says, you might think it's just a nice text, but sometimes
it's too short and cryptic.
It can. It's
what
short.
What do they mean by that?
Yeah, it's not like, it's like if you're all in caps, that's supposed to be yelling. Well, why yell or do anything in a text? Why don't you call somebody so they can hear the tone of your voice, and then you can know what they're talking about, not think, oh, wow, I didn't mean that when they read that. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, or I wasn't trying to be hurtful.
Rude.
And so you're texting back and forth, and you don't know how the other person's feeling or how they're taking that text. And it causes hard feelings. And all of a sudden, you're in an argument with somebody over something that wasn't meant to be said that way or taken that way.
Well, and unfortunately, if it's on social media and it's a group,
it's out to everybody.
You're like, I never said that. I don't even know who, maybe you don't even know who that person was that, said something. Anyway, it's just not my favorite way of speaking. I still think that it's good to have face-to-face conversations. That's why I think we like to go, we still like to go camping with friends. We like to get together and do dinner and a movie, or dinner and game night, or something with friends and family. And it's just good to spend some one-on-one time with people instead of with an electronic device.
Well, see, people that know me, and Marta knows this too. When I text, it's yes, no, I'm at the store, I'm coming home. It's very simple. And the reason that is because I don't want anybody to take anything out of context. If you want to know any more, give me a call. I don't like to talk a long time on the phone. I'm short on the phone, but I like to be in front of people, not a text or phone calls or things like that. I like to be interacting with people in front of people. That way I can hear what they're saying to me. I know how they're saying it, if they mean it meaningful or whatever. That's what I do. And so when I text back and forth, it's just going to be yes, no, coming home, whatever.
Well, the other thing, I do think one thing people have to start being more aware of is having their cell phones be an appendage to their person, practically. I think that if you get together with someone else, if you are so fortunate to get together in person, and make plans with someone, that you need to give them more of your attention.
Time. They came over to see you. When people come over to our house, even if we get
I'd like to be like that commercial where here you come in, here's a basket, put your cell phone in here, you'll get it when you leave.
Right.
Hey, okay, here's my cell phone.
Now we understand.
You can have it. I'm not expecting an emergency call, if there's an emergency.
We understand when there's an emergency, yes, answer that phone. But if it's just somebody, like if we get calls, most of the time we'll see who it is and then just let it go to voicemail. I mean,
there have been times where I've been with someone and our kids live quite a ways away and we don't get to see them real often. But lo and behold, the time that we are with someone else, that's maybe when, someone will call and I'll answer and I'll make sure that everything's okay. I don't want to not take it. What if it's an emergency? But if it's just, I hadn't, talked to you, I thought I'd call, I'm whatever, then I say, well, we have some friends here right now. Hopefully, I can get back to you later or we can talk later, because it's rude.
Yeah.
So I try, even then.
Okay. Well, we just wanted to get one of these out that was talking about communication and how you can be taken two different ways. So if you liked what we talked about today or any of our other videos or podcasts, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, please comment. So we appreciate your time. Hope you enjoyed what we were talking about.
And we'd like to have you
comment. What do you think?
Your opinion. Do you think that sometimes, you get tired of people being on their laptops or tablets or cell phones? It's like, well, please comment if you disagree and say that's great.
Fine.
We want to hear.
Yeah. So we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.